Más tirado hacia el costado de la derecha ya en este segundo tiempo. Edu Pérez.
Jeez, dark down it. Wait, what are you doing here, lad? It's Daniel. He won't let me leave. Please help me, I beg. Yo guys, it is your boy Niran here, and you are watching FTW. This of course is the series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer during the last 7 days. What's been kicking off in the world this week? Well, the Olympics are continuing in full flow, featuring some of the best sporting ability in the world.
She's got all the makings of a gorgeous 3.5. Oh no!
However, Waitrose shoppers everywhere have been getting rattled recently, and that's at former England international Alex Scott presenting. Hello, this is Complaints. Yes, I'd like to talk about the Alex Scott malarkey. She's far too common for my television. Right, okay, yeah. This is the Olympics, not the benefits bonanza, the poverty production. She doesn't even pronounce her G's at the end of words. You're annoyed at her G's. No, I'm annoyed at a woman, not my G's. See, now you're doing it as well, you peasant. But on to the football now, and there's big transfer news this week, and it all revolves around the blue side of Manchester. Following on from interest over the summer, Spurs striker Harry Kane has skipped training in an attempt to force a move away from North London. The man rolled over, saw the time on his alarm and said, not today. With him trapped at Tottenham and not wanting to be involved, his highlights for the season are just going to be him at the shops. Let's go! We've got live scenes here of reporters trying to establish whether he'll be back at training.
You know Tottenham?
What?
Tottenham Hotspur?
Topspur?
No.
What's that?
Can you blame him? He's gassed at the fact he doesn't have to watch 90 minutes of Harry Winks playing it backwards again. Though it is somewhat of a shame he's going to be missing out on titanic European clashes against the likes of Anatosis Famagusta. That's not even a real team. Are you mental? Daniel Levy's got his counter offer on the table, but I somehow don't think Harry Kane's going to listen to it.
And I went, fuck off, and put the phone down.
He'll get to deadline day and he'll drive to Manchester himself to force through the deal. So basically, let me in innit? Because it's a good job Jack Grealish won't have to resort to that. There are breaking reports here coming from Manchester City's training ground that Jack Grealish has driven himself. Oh, hang on a second. What in the world? Heung-Min Son must be fuming after signing his new Spurs deal recently.
Hey, yo, don't let him do that.
I've been there for you since day one!
I can't wait for the headlines somehow managing to twist this in Harry Kane's favour. Intelligent leader and model citizen England captain Harry Kane generously allows other Tottenham players to train without his looming spotlight distracting them. If this was Paul Pogba, people would be going nuts. But because it's Harold Terrence Kane, it's fine. You might as well go full house when Spurs play City on game week 2. You can't shirt swap before the game starts, Harry. Break out the Emmanuel Adebayor celebration whilst he's at it. Harry Kane is playing at the Etihad. But for who, Chris Kamara? Pep Guardiola's gonna have to travel down and try and break this man out at this rate.
I'm gonna get you out of here. I promise you, I'm gonna get you out of there.
He doesn't need to try so hard though, with Aston Villa captain Jack Grealish, who's agreed to join City in a deal worth £100 million. This announcement video for the new kit has not aged that well. Fabrizio Romano broke the news that my trust level in this man is at an all-time high. I could walk in on my own girlfriend being railed by another man, and I would still have to check with Fabrizio as to whether it's happened or not.
Here we go.
An ex-United fan playing for Manchester City. Surely he's gonna get confused.
First football/soccer game. MetLife Stadium. Go Manchester United.
It's fair to say Aston Villa fans are not taking this well. Unfollowed Grealish on all social media. Dead to me. No Villa fan walks out on the club a week before the season when we're on the up. Absolute snake.
Oh, scary. Oh, shiver my timbers. Shut up, man.
Now look, I get why Aston Villa fans are upset, alright? He's the golden boy. He's come through the ranks. He signed a 5-year deal literally last season. But football is fast-paced. A lot changes in 1 calendar year. People are talking about him staying to finish the job. What's the job? Winning the Champions League. Maybe it's just getting into Europe, but Jack has ambitions higher than that. You have to have some realistic expectations. And I know it sounds easy for me because I'm a Liverpool fan, but we were once, okay? And there was a lot of teams bigger than us. This has happened with Coutinho, Luis Suarez, people called Steven Gerrard Judas when he was on the brink of going to Chelsea. But I even then never understood that. Of course I'd be upset, but you have to understand there's always a club bigger than yours. Saying it's just for the money, A, ignores the fact Aston Villa offered him more money than Man City did to stay. B, the fact that City are winning trophies consistently and got to the Champions League final last year. And also the caliber of coaches and players that he's going to be able to work with. Aston Villa are on the up, but they're not in the same league as City. I mean, they're in the Premier League, I don't mean, but this is a clear step up for somebody. Equally, he did leave Ireland for England on an undisclosed fee, so at least he's got his goodbye message sorted.
Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me.
More importantly, how's he even gonna understand Pep Guardiola? He barely knows English, let alone Spanish.
You pass the ball to find there. You pass the ball because they jump. And when they jump, the space is scared. They don't jump, he's alone.
I don't know what that means.
Now, I obviously made a video on this properly a couple of days ago, but there's the huge news that Lionel Messi will not be continuing as a Barcelona player after talks between himself, Barcelona, and La Liga fell through. Pundits on TV were not best pleased.
¿Por qué se fue Trincao?
Porque cobra mucho en el Barça. Y
¿A quién?
un Titi, hay que
Pero
echarlo
si
porque cobra
Trincao,
mucho.
lo único que hizo un gol en Sevilla. Por favor, Trincao se va porque no da la talla. Es malo. Es malo, Trincao. Malo. M-A-L-O. Es fútbol esto.
And I can't imagine Sergio Aguero will be that happy after joining Barca to play alongside his fellow Argentinian. I'm surprised he even wants to stay at that fraudulence of a club. He probably walks into training and doesn't recognise 50% of the personnel. Wouldn't be the first, to be fair.
Whoever the fuck Jay Campbell is. Hey, who the fuck are you? A lot of people in the chat going, who are these people? Yeah, that would have been our problem on the day as well.
He's been linked to Manchester City, naturally. You'd imagine if they went in for him, they wouldn't be able to afford Harry Kane. Poor Harold's going to be sent back to Spurs training before he knows it. And he's also been linked with a move to Paris Saint-Germain. Do you understand how much he'd rip up Ligue 1? 53 goals per season versus Dijon. Are you crazy? It'll turn them from farmers into agricultural assistants. But where do you think he's going to end up? Let me know down in the comment section below, because this is a crazy story. On to pre-season results now, and Chelsea beat Arsenal at the Emirates during the course of the last 7 days. This is a shambolic pre-season from Arsenal. These lot don't need James Maddison, they need Jesus. Sterling to Arsenal. Who's saying no? Raheem Sterling is big man. Apparently the Emirates is also going to be doubling as a vaccination centre in the coming weeks. Staff workers there are going to be very used to numbing pain. A new version of Harry Maguire has been discovered. Trent Alexander-Arnold was trending on Twitter above... Oh, for crying out loud. Trent, what have you done this time? And after being exposed last week, Neymar's got rid of that catastrophic haircut. He's genuinely been peer pressured into getting rid of the abomination. You know what? I've come to the conclusion that he's a conspiracy theory. Neymar doesn't actually exist. He's simply an industry plant to provide content for FTW, like Romania. Inter striker Romelu Lukaku has been linked with a move back to Chelsea. We can view his first touch back in training. After receiving chants for being the shit Mike Dean, Kevin Friend had absolutely had enough of the crowd during this friendly. After Alfonso Areola's move to West Ham United, Declan Rice has got a new theme tune for the French goalkeeper. Meanwhile, Ben Chilwell posted this image with the caption, back in the ends. What do you mean, fam? These are your ends, bro. You're from Milton Keynes, big man. Nobody said Wagwan there since 1998.
She turned up, she was absolutely butters and horrendously left wing. Yeah.
Over at the Olympics, and it was an emotional roller coaster for Eric Bailly, who after scoring, then bicycle kicking Danny Olmo. Is this guy playing like Sonic at the Olympic Games or real football? He was then at fault for this last-minute equaliser as the Ivory Coast went out. He actually plays football like he's wearing roller skates. He defends like there's a mystery wheel pitch side that decides his next move. Sake. Barcelona youngster Pedri was on duty once again for Spain, meaning he's played 72 times this season. There has to be laws for this. This is genuinely child labour. Karim Benzema and Robert Lewandowski are not fooling anyone with this change of career. And off they go. It's a lightning start off the blocks, except for one man who's still on the start line. Now, in Italy, and there was foolishness from Juventus women's account on Twitter, who for some reason felt the need, I genuinely don't know why, to tweet this out, which is pretty well renowned as basically mocking Asian people with the whole eye gesture thing. And they came out with a half-assed apology, basically saying they were sorry if people felt that it was racist. Now, if you want to do your own research on this, then feel free. It's probably something I still need to research some more as well. But it's pretty widely accepted that it's not just someone recreating a happy Asian person and all. I'll shut up, man. Shut up! Again, anti-Asian stereotypes making fun of facial features is something that's far too normalized in society at the moment. So hopefully action's been taken against whatever idiotic admin thought it was a good idea, and the player as well. Cecilia Salvi needs to take some responsibility here as well. AS Monaco announced the new signing of Myron Boadu from AZ Alkmaar. With this, I look forward to his first interaction with the manager. Boss, I need to play more often. The amount of matches I get to play at the moment isn't good for my career. Myron, the season hasn't started yet. What are you? Wow, I'm leaving. PSG are attempting to rebrand as the working man's club by becoming a scaffolding company. And after this horror tackle on Jose Gaya in pre-season, he had an interesting reaction to it. Hello all, and welcome to The Beautiful Game, the segment where we take a look at the poetic and brilliant side of the game that we love. We are back, by popular demand, for yet more glorious beauty. And that concludes The Beautiful Game. Closer to home and on return, Virgil van Dijk got absolutely spun out of his own shoes by Hertha Berlin, I'm not even gonna lie. Jordan Pickford owes us all financial compensation, but it was legitimately very good to see him back playing and back getting minutes under his belt. I'm looking forward to him returning for the new season, and besides, it's okay anyway. He's a little bit rusty and all he's doing is learning from Ruben Diaz. Manchester United's team meal details were released onto Twitter, and it showed everything that each player had as a starter, a main course, and a pudding after. Mason Greenwood has his steak well done. You're eating a rubber dinghy, big man. This is why you're not getting chosen by Ole. A Brighton fan page asked for its followers to respond with their favourite moments from their home stadium, the Amex, to which Yannick Bolasie responded with Wilfred Zaha's late winner against Brighton in the Championship. It's a shithousery award for my boy. Joel Matip is getting up to his usual tomfoolery in pre-season training. Meanwhile, AC Milan posted this TikTok of Olivier Giroud. I don't know why they did it.
Ciao Oliviero, benvenuto. Hi man, how are you? Bene, ma hai imparato il milanese? No, it's only been a week. Te sei André a fa cos'è? I'm here to play football, bro. Ok, almeno l'italiano lo hai imparato.
And the Oscar goes to Olivier Giroud. In Spain, and after winning a pre-season tournament, Cadiz came out with this trophy. This looks like something you'd win for an intergalactic planetary competition, not just something organised by Cadiz City Hall. Over in Russia, and during a European match, Rubin Kazan's shirt numbers kept falling off, so they had to physically draw them on. Roma had a fully fledged scrap with Porto during pre-season. I can see Jose Mourinho's already having his influence here, and there was yet more scrapping on the sidelines between Unai Emery and Jorge Sampaoli when Villarreal faced off against Marseille. It's pronounced evening, man. What are you finding difficult about this? Where's the B in that word, Unai? Over in Norway, and Albert Tjaland made his debut for Molde. Now, you may well know him as the cousin of Erling Haaland of Borussia Dortmund, and he scored on his professional debut, age 17. It's another one, lads. It's happening again. 2 of them. We're finished. I know how this works from iRobot. Akhmat Grozny and PFK Sochi's game was interrupted for 3 minutes in Russia because somebody found a snake on the pitch. Oh, Jack, mate, how did you get there? In South Africa, and in the culmination of this penalty shootout, the goalkeeper genuinely thought that the attacker had missed the final pen and started celebrating, only to realise it did in fact go into the top corner. This fire, for me, oh, you're too kind, guys. Honestly, I can't believe we've won this. I want to thank my agent. Oh, the ball went in it. New Aston Villa signing, Leon Bailey's got some tips on how to make it look like you've got abs in every photo.
So this is how you make it look like you have abs in every photo. So you put your foot like this, you rotate it, then you go to the gym, you fat f***.
fuck? Over in Ireland, and we've got a player being sent off and having to be escorted off the pitch by a bouncer. Listen, mate, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do. You're barred. And finally, we've got the biggest violation of a penalty in human history. Now that it's time for Still at 0-0, and you guys know the score by now, this is a segment of the show where it brings you the best of Sunday League and amateur football. Despite it being firmly the summer and most leagues not getting underway for a little while, we seem to have been spoilt with clips, maybe left over from last season. It's critical for goalkeepers to be good distributors in the modern era. Unfortunately, this one hasn't quite got the hang of it yet. On to the weird stuff though now. Up in Scotland, and there was ridiculous scenes in Albion Rovers' latest game where the referee was injured to the point that he was unable to continue. Don't know whether he pulled up or was involved in a collision with no other spare officials, seemingly. One of Albion's own players, Max Wright, became a linesman to finish off the game. Fair to say the other manager probably wasn't too happy with this development. I don't fully know where this clip has come from, but it's definitely African football. And this beautiful free kick has been curled in off the crossbar, only for the referee to rule it out for offside.
What are the referee giving? Oh my god, what have we seen?
Who was even offside in this situation? Check this man's bank statements. This is match fixing again. In Estonia, and this relegation 6-pointer was played in perhaps the most ridiculous conditions I've seen. I mean, a keeper comes for a corner in this and he's having to swim towards it. And finally, not like a humorous story, obviously this one, but I just want to end by sending my well wishes to Wesley Fofana, who was injured by a shocking challenge in pre-season and will be out for a pretty hefty amount of time because it was a horrendous injury. Obviously he had an amazing season last year. He's only 20. I wish him a speedy recovery. I'm sure we'll see him back to his best and hitting that potential that he has, but it was, yeah, shocking to see. And hopefully Leicester fans get to see him back on the pitch as soon as possible. But that is going to wrap up football this week, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video, and of course subscribe if you are new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @officialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.